Milei visits Spain this Friday for the second time. He does so again, without requesting an audience with any government authority. He does seem to have done so with the royal house, which has rejected the proposal, stating that foreign policy is the responsibility of the government. The Argentine president will meet with the president of the Community of Madrid, Isabel Díaz Ayuso. The reason for the visit is to receive an award from the Juan de Mariana Institute, a neoliberal think tank. This has provoked strong rejection within socialist ranks. Milei's arrival comes amidst two controversies. Opposition groups in Spain have demonstrated against the medal that Ayuso will award him, arguing that Milei's visit is private. Therefore, Spanish deputies are demanding the suspension of the tribute and threatening legal action against the ceremony scheduled for this afternoon in Madrid. Weeks ago, through a note sent by his team of advisors, Milei requested a formal and diplomatic meeting between the two countries. Faced with this request, the Zarzuela Palace chose to distance itself from the matter and dismiss the request. King Felipe VI declined a visit requested by Milei himself. The Spanish royal house rejected the request on the grounds that all foreign policy matters are decided by the state.
Solo Isabel Díaz Ayuso va a recibir al presidente argentino, que ha aterrizado hace solo unos minutos en Madrid.
From the moment he stepped off the plane, Milei has challenged the way things are, leaving Spaniards wondering about his intentions and bracing themselves for the possible outcomes. His arrival hasn't gone unnoticed, with his every move closely watched by the media and the public. Milei's visit comes at a time of high political tension in both Argentina and Spain. In Argentina, the economic crisis has led to widespread discontent, while in Spain, political divisions have deepened in recent months. With Argentina facing economic troubles and Spain dealing with its own political divides, Milei's arrival has added fuel to an already volatile situation. Concerns about economic stability and social unity are at their peak, and Milei's presence seems to be further polarizing public opinion. His open criticism of the Spanish government, coupled with his support for controversial figures on the Spanish right, has led many to question whether his visit is a genuine attempt at dialogue or a calculated provocation. His speeches have been fiery, and he hasn't hesitated to point out what he sees as serious flaws in the current administration. The Spanish government, led by President Pedro Sánchez, has responded cautiously to Milei's visit, carefully considering his words and actions. Sanchez's administration is aware that any overreaction could worsen existing tensions. However, the opposition, particularly the right-wing Vox party, has welcomed Milei with open arms, seeing him as a like-minded individual and a potential ally in their own battles against what they perceive as excessive socialism. For Vox, Milei represents a strong and clear voice that can help energize their base and attract new supporters. The protests and political rallies in Spain reflect not only local concerns, but also an echo of the political struggles taking place in other parts of the world. Milei's presence in Spain highlights how political figures can influence discourse and political dynamics beyond their own borders. The words spoken during his last visit on May 19, 2024 in Madrid, filled with populist rhetoric and economic pronouncements, ignited a storm of controversy. This occurred at the Europa Viva 24 event organized by the far-right Spanish party Vox, where Argentine President Javier Milei was a guest. His words against the wife of the Spanish Prime Minister, Begoña Gómez, did not go unnoticed and sparked condemnation from some sectors and fervent applause from others. The polarization in the audience was evident, with some political parties cheering every word and others openly expressing their discontent. This sparked a diplomatic conflict that to this day does not seem to be on the path to resolution. The controversy surrounding his speech dominated headlines and airwaves, overshadowing any substantive political debate and further straining relations between Spain and Argentina. The international repercussions of his words have been significant, generating debates not only in Spain, but also in Argentina and other countries. Politicians, journalists, and academics across Spain have condemned his rhetoric as dangerous and divisive. They argue that his extreme views have no place in a democratic society, emphasizing that democracy should be a space for dialogue and consensus, not extreme polarization. They accuse him of exploiting economic anxieties for political gain. They point out that these tactics can worsen social and economic tensions instead of offering real solutions to the problems citizens face. While the Spanish government has kept Milei at arm's length, the right-wing Vox party has embraced him as a kindred spirit. This welcome reflects the ideological similarities between Milei and Vox, especially on issues like free market economics and criticism of socialism. Vox, known for its own brand of nationalist populism and anti-immigration stance, sees Milei as a potential ally in its fight against what it considers the leftward drift of Spanish politics. This alliance could strengthen Vox's position in the Spanish political landscape by joining forces with like-minded international figures. Vox leader Santiago Abascal has publicly praised Milei, calling him a champion of freedom and a bulwark against socialism. Abascal has stressed that Milei represents a clear and forceful alternative to leftist policies, and that his presence in Spain could inspire others to join this cause. This stark contrast in reactions to Milei's visit highlights the deep political divisions within Spain itself. These divisions reflect not only ideological differences, but also different visions for the country's future and the best strategies for addressing its challenges. While the left views Milei with suspicion and alarm, the right sees him as a refreshing dissenting voice and a potential harbinger of change. The left fears that his ideas could destabilize the social progress made, while the right celebrates his disruptive approach as an opportunity to break with the status quo. Milei's visit has served in many ways as a litmus test for Spanish politics, revealing the underlying ideological fault lines that continue to shape the country's political landscape. This visit has forced parties and citizens to confront their own beliefs and reconsider their positions in an increasingly polarized political context. What's next on Javier Milei's European agenda? After his arrival in Spain, Milei will travel to Germany, where he will be awarded the Hayek Medal, given in honor of Nobel Prize-winning economist Friedrich von Hayek. He will also meet, on an official visit, with Chancellor Olaf Scholz. Meanwhile, the date for his trip to China, where he will meet with leader Xi Jinping, is being finalized. During his time in Italy, Milei also received an invitation from French President Emmanuel Macron to attend the Olympic Games in Paris at the end of July. As Milei continues his European tour, his visit to Spain serves as a stark reminder of the interconnectedness of global politics and the ease with which internal tensions can spill over national borders.